Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my kitchen where I do all of my patterning. I have a cat on my lap. You guys can kind of see him. If he decides to stop being cute and cuddly, then we will move him. So don't be surprised if I suddenly just remove the cat from my lap. Um, yeah, today I thought that we would pattern a summer dress because it is getting to be a little bit warmer and I don't have specific summer clothes and I would like to. Um, I have been a big fan of like sundresses and things like that for a while, and I've never really made one. So I thought we could have that adventure today. This is going to be a rough of a pattern. Let me pull that up so you guys can see. Here we go. I already have the bodice block on screen. This is something that I patterned out a while ago. I haven't thoroughly tested it, but I need to. I should probably actually just send it to my pattern testers so I can make sure that it fits like a wide range of sizes nicely. But I'll get there eventually. It's not like super high on the priority list, even though it probably should be. You have little eye crusties, mister. Now they're in your whiskers. I'm sorry. All right. I love how his little ears just like peek up at the bottom of the screen. Ah, so cute. Okay. So, what I am thinking is I think I want to have a two-part bodice and I want to do like a little twist thing like right at the center bust and then have like a bottom fitted thing and then like the back can be all one piece, but I want to do like a faux shirring in the back so that way it fits comfortably, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So let me think about this real quick. We're going to need to play on the front first, I think. And I am going to need, at the very least, seam allowance here, which is going to be 0.5. I think I want the bust to be really fitted as well. What's the under bust point? Probably halfway, right? Oh, you are sliding off my lap, little sir. You gonna get comfy again? You can't take my arm, but you can. Oh, heavens. Okay. We will work around the cat. There you go. There's a good cat. Let's see. And then if we go middle from there to there, that should give us an about. And then realistically, operations, rotate. That's what I want. I want these points rotated off of that one. Oh, come on. Don't fully remember how to do this. There's a rotation point. Okay. So if we close that and apply. Okay. Hello, people that have just joined. We are patterning a sundress. Oh, I did this one wrong. So that's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Because I think that curve's a little bit too severe. We're going to go back to what this was before. Okay. I mean, it makes sense that the top curve is going to be larger. I'm just going to have to make sure that when I do the pattern, it is clearly labeled, like top of, bottom. Anyway, the other thing I need to do is decide on what the actual top of this looks like. That is the midpoint, and I do want kind of a fairly open neckline, but it also needs to do the thing. Where is the midpoint? So if this is mid bust, then I actually probably just want midpoint between there and there. And then that's where we're going to do that at. That is just seam allowance, so it doesn't need to be proportional. Okay. I'm kind of envisioning like little spaghetti straps or ties. And so I'm thinking if we just go above the center bust and we change the arm's eye to fit here. And then we'll need to know the midpoint between there because I kind of want, what's it called? Princess seams? I feel like that could easily be altered to fit a large variety of bust points. Wing nut, you cannot play on the desk. Cannot chew on cables either. Okay, so if we know the midpoint between there and there, we can use this as a rotation point. Okay, so let's do that. Nope, you're done. Oh, you're done. That was some good, decent cuddles, though. That was more than you usually do. Okay, so I need to rotate the curve, the point, this point, another point. All right there. All right, line this up the best I can. Okay. We're actually going to go back because I need to put a point on the curve that lines up right there. That's what I need. Okay, now we can tilt this. Some of this would actually be like a whole lot easier if I was configuring like a paper pattern, but then I wouldn't be able to adjust it the way that I need to get the multiple sizing and things. So, like, I can understand how this would be difficult to kind of follow along with what I'm doing if you're not already familiar with patterning. And, like, not to say that, like, that's the point, but it is just, it's part of it, right? So, if we do another piece, oh, wait, I can't do that. Cancel. I need to do this first. That goes to there. And this isn't going to be exact. I'm going to have to play and finesse this like I already know. Nope, I did those curves wrong. Shoot. Yeah, like that curve is way too steep for what needs to happen. But maybe I didn't need to rotate. Come on. It would help if I selected the correct function. Oh, no, that's why it's looking weird. Because I had this one to correct to begin with. It was this one that needed to go. Okay, cool. So I'm still going to need to fuss with this when I actually print. But at least we're getting a better idea of things. That doesn't look right, does it? It is. Wow, interesting. Okay. Oh, and then I need to decide on the neckline before we do that piece. Okay. So I know that we need to point A to B needs to be 1 inch. And then same way going down. So do I want a like dramatic V? do I want? Nope, we'll make it simple. We'll do a V. And if we're doing it that simple, then then we'll do it this simple. Let's see how good I am at this thing. Shall we? Okay, so this is our upper center front, our upper side front, and then the band that goes on the bottom. These pieces, I'm not gonna lie, these pieces look a little wonky, even to like my eye. So we'll see how they go. I think it's because I'm not going all the way up to the shoulder. We're just going up to, I think it's gonna be about here. And then it's gonna have like a fairly deep neckline, which I'm kind of excited about. So, sorry, I got distracted by the cat. All right, so then let's do the back. The back should be fairly simple. So, especially since we're using this curve. So we're going to need to do, draft, bodice back. Need to decide how big the panel for the faux shirring needs to be, which I honestly think it just needs to be that. It's going to be a fairly large panel, but it means that we'll be able to get like a decent amount of stretch, which then means, hey, you want to come back up? Did you guys just hear him meow? It's not quite dinner time yet. You are on a very fixed schedule. Sorry, dude. All right. So this is going to be our side back. Ow! Stop it! Oh, my heavens, cat. Stop biting me. I know you're upset because I kicked you off my lap. Ugh. Hi. If you want to be up here so bad, you can be up here. You just can't go exploring. Well, you can, but anyway. Okay, so if I times this by, do we need it doubled? I feel like double is overkill, but like 1.5 is okay. Maybe. This is why I make samples of everything, like in case you're wondering. So if I just go out, oh no, cancel. We'll copy this, and then we'll go out. Times 1.5, which is going to be 10, which is going to be 20 because that's folded in half. So it's going to give us 6 extra inches. Is that going to be enough to get over our heads? Realistically, yeah, actually. And it's going to, like, that number proportionally because of, like, that's going to be, oh, yeah, that's going to work. Okay, cool. Oh, no. You want to be on my lap? Okay, you can't attack the computer, dude. Or me. You can't do either of those. Okay. So then if we just piece this together, I don't know why I felt the need to add in that extra point. Okay, so this is, the bodice. So this is going to be the front of the bodice. This is going to be the back. Actually, I think I need to make this panel smaller. Ooh, yeah, because I don't want the straps to be attached to the shirring. So if I want the strap to be like an inch, we'll cancel that. Delete, delete, delete. Okay. So if we want the straps to be like an inch wide or even like itty bitty spaghetti, depending on preferences, we'll just move this over 2 inches. Yeah, I feel like that's lined up better with the back and it's gonna stay on a shoulder better. Hi, mister. You gonna stay on the lap? This is the only approved space for you. Go over there too, but as soon as you launch yourself at the computer again. Okay. Cool. So let's redo all of that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I should have known. I should have known. Oh, I know. It's unfair. I'm playing with the computer and not with you. We didn't get this point. Okay, now I can piece this. Okay, so this will give us room for the straps, which is going to be needed. And then that's A16 to A6. So if we do line lengths, yeah, it's not going to let me unless I do this. Now I should be able to. Oh, dude, I've already told you. You can't be up here. You're causing chaos. Okay, 6 to 16. Perfect. Times the 1.5, which is going to give us 7, 6, 14. Okay, so that'll give us a decent amount of stretch. Cool. So then we go there, and then we can piece this one. Perfect. I think he is settling elsewhere. Okay, so then this gives us the front, and then this gives us the back. And then I will just need to decide what I want to do for the skirt. I don't think I want to do a full circle, but I definitely want to do more than like I don't want to do a fitted and I don't want to do a full circle. So that leaves A line. Also, we will just do A6, A to A6, front, B to B3, and then before I forget, we need point, not line. This will be 2 inches because I want 1-inch straps and we have 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then what were those lines that I said? A to A6, I think. Yes. Plus B to B3, I think. Doo-doo-doo. All right. You gotta remember your basic order of operations. And then I want these to be adjustable. So we need to, because not everyone's gonna want the same fit and whatnot. So if we do 1.5, that'll give us room to do that. Cool. Then we'll just need to finish the piece and piece it out. We go to pieces. That is our strap. That's what's going to go across the top. See, it's coming together. It's working out. Okay, now we can move on to the skirt. Now that we have everything for the top of this done, or close enough to done. So, yeah. Ooh, I'm excited. Draft. Okay. So if we go fit, how long do I want the skirt? I think I want it 34 would probably be the longest that I would want that. Apply. So now we can probably zoom out. This is going to be the biggest piece we're working on. You know what I can just do? There we go. Now it's all centered up. I think the next thing to do would be do the arc. And I think the first angle, I think this is 270. And then this is 180. Did I do that right on the first try? Oh, no. No, I did not. Okay. Which means that the second angle is 90. Not even. Is that 0? Oh, I always forget the way that that's measured. Okay. Let's see. How do we calculate the waist? Oh, you just put in the formula. What is how do you find radius of a circle calculator? Okay. So if we do another arc, that is 214, because that's pi, divided by waist. Or is it waist divided by 2 times 3.14? Invalid. Oh, nope, because we need to do 270 and 0. That gives us our arc. Okay, so that gives us, this is for a full circle skirt. That's for a half circle skirt. But what do I really want? Like, do I want? This is an interesting question. Like, circle skirts are really easy to pattern. Like, obviously, we just did it super quick. But the other part is like, how much of this do I really want? And then like, kind of just want an A line. If I do 3, nope, it would need to be, no, 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 no. 1.5. Circumference of a circle calculator. So if the radius is 9, circumference is, ooh, that's 56. That's not what it needs to be. But if it's 6, it's 37. It's a little small, but circles stretch. Actually, I'm doing this wrong. What it needs to be is this curve skirt plus that times 2. Ah, that's what it needs to be. So that is actually 6.23, 39. That's what it needs to be. See, I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. Who knew complex geometry was in my future when I decided to start patterning? No, this is algebra. This is algebra. Okay. So this is 9.35. Okay. Oh, I had it up. Okay. So 58.75 divided by 0.66. No, it needed to be times. Okay. 58.75 times 0.66. That's the number I needed. Okay, perfect. Woo, I know what I'm doing, I think, kind of, mostly. So if we go back to this, the point along the curve that I need is 0.66. Can I get arc? Yes. Need to figure out what arc we're working on though. Cancel. So this one is And then if we do the same thing to this one. No, because what if we switch this to 180? I am overthinking this. I am severely overthinking this. Oh my heavens. I am trying to calculate basically 3/4. Oh heavens. Okay. What I wanted was 3/4 at okay. Calculator. What is the I need to know what the radius is going to be. Okay. Oh heavens. My brain. So help my brain. Cool. 75 times 0.75 is going to be too big, but I actually need it not to fit snug because we're not doing a zipper. Oh my gosh. Welcome to patterning with me, where it is literally just like I figure it out as I go because I have a vision and I don't always know the correct order of operations. Okay. We need to go back to bodice back. I'm going to need to draw a line between there and there. So that's A1 to A20. And then there to there, which is 17 to 12. Okay. We're getting there. We go back to the skirt and this very complicated formula. We actually need max base, line lengths, A1 to 20. Where is my A1s? Are these going to be down at the bottom because I just made them? No. We're going to have to delete this arc and remake it. Oh, I should have cancel. Copy this. Now I can delete it. That's going to be 270. This is going to be 0. I mean, that's not what I. Oh, there's the rest of it. Okay, cool. Okay, line lengths A1 to A20 plus, oh, what was it? Something to 17, 12 to 17. Does that sound right? Let's double check this. Skirt back. That is 17. 17 to 12. Okay. So if we go back to skirt with this complicated monstrosity of a formula, plus 17 to 12. That's what we need, I think. Right? I have no idea what I'm doing. Hi, Rose. Welcome to the chaos of patterning and me not knowing what I'm doing. It's an adventure. That's for sure. Okay. So if we put this into the radius calculator, actually, arc radius, that is 10.5. It's going to be too small. But I feel like if we double it, it's going to be too big. What pattern are you working on, Rose? I guarantee it's probably, well, actually, I have no idea what you're working on. Is it as complicated as this one? We're going to need to delete that anyway. We can actually delete that because it's not needed. Do, do. Okay. So if this gives us, well, there's a number, 14.06 times 3. That might actually be what we need. It is close enough for me to test. So I'm working on making a little stuffed animal. Okay, so that might actually be as complicated as the sundress pattern is turning out to be. Good on you. I don't do stuffies. Um, Mostly because I would rather do something else. Plus, okay, this is going to be 270. That's going to be 0. Apply. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. Okay, so now we need to add in points. So this is like an actual functional thing. So clothing is tough in its own ways, learning how to do both as I go on with sewing. I definitely taught myself patterning as I taught myself sewing, so that is a totally viable way to do things. And if you have the gumption to do it, by heavens, do it. Because sewing my own clothes has been one of the most rewarding things I have ever done in my life. So, yeah, like 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Okay. We go here to here to the curve to the point to this point to that curve. This is the sundress pattern. I love how it was like, I'm not going to do a circle skirt, but then we did 3/4 of a circle skirt. But the plan behind this is that then we can like have a slit that goes up and it'll be off center and it'll be really cute. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let me size check this, make sure there's nothing glaringly obvious before I like print it. Measurements. Load individual, average. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get pattern testers on this one because I feel like this will need to get lengthened. I'm not 100% sure on how to fix that part of it. And maybe I'll need to do some experimenting before I release this for larger sizes. Because if we go down in size, then we should be good. I mean, everything just gets distorted the other way, but I don't see that being a problem. Um, Interesting. What do you usually use to test your clothing patterns? Miscellaneous fabric. Let's put this back at my size. I usually look for whatever is the cheapest, if we are being completely honest, and most of the time, that's gonna be some sort of broadcloth or, um, whatchamacallit, quilting fabric, something like that. So, okay, we need to export this. It's been a while since I've done this. Exporting it to documents. Okay, cool. And then if we send this to Krita, we can pull out the background. So it actually depends on what the intended fabric for the pattern is. So if I was going to be making this dress out of a knit fabric, I would want to test it with something stretchy. But because I'm intending to make this dress out of a woven fabric, I want to test it with fabric similar to what I want the final garment made out of. It's the same idea of like making mock-ups. I'm basically just making a mock-up of a pattern to test the thing I just made. All right. We'll pull summer in. We will remove the background. And then we'll go into publisher. I don't think we'll need the big one. Oh no, where did I save that? No, it got saved where it needed to. Why isn't it showing up? Because it's right there. Okay. So this is the fun part. So there are programs that will like do this step for me. I just don't want to pay for them right now. And until I start actually making money with my patterns, it doesn't make sense to do this. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do that. No fill. And toothpick, like I thought. All right. Perfect. The sizer did its job. Okay, now we just need to get everything to fit on the page. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And then if we flip this, I mean, it's not the most economical use of space, but it's also not the worst. Yeah. Nap on this pattern does not matter. I mean, that comes more down to fabric choice than anything. Directionality when you're trying to place pattern pieces for printing is like, get it on there and get it efficient. Because no one likes to use lots of paper just to print a pattern. Um, like, I would not be laying things out in this way if I was laying this out on fabric versus to just send to print. Like, those are two very different things and purposes, if that makes sense. Like, I also know about how much fabric this is gonna take me to make, and so I'm not trying to get a fabric calculation. I would also be laying things out differently if I was trying to get a fabric calculation. Like, I have a very specific shape of document that I use for my fabric calculations. Then will this one, oop, what'd I do? Okay. Send to back. No. Ugh. I hate when that happens. It's the worst. Okay. I don't even know. Oh, heavens. That just shifted size on me. Shoot. That's what happened. Okay. Actually, if we just reverse this. And then strap length is the only thing I have left to do. Picture format, crop. Okay, so realistically, if we do this, and then we do that, and we can do the strap size underneath. Cool. That's probably about as good of a nest as I am going to get with the way things currently stand. If I would have separated these two pieces more, I probably could have nested them in better. Um, actually, because we're not worried about fabric. There we go. Cool. The next step is to group them all together, and it gives me 48 tall, so we'll need to go 55. 48 divided 8.5. So 6. 6 times 8.5. 51 by 55. So it's not far off if we go size. Width 51 by 55. So this is just for like the general, whatchamacallit, the general grid for how the paper is going to line out. And so if we do baselines, we need 6 columns and 5 rows and no spacing. I said no spacing. Oh, heavens. Behave, you silly program. Okay. Oh, now I'm going to look and see. I can now ungroup this. Like this entire process of like, I'm not even showing you the grading process to like get patterns in multiple sizes. But like this is why I have a hard time getting patterns out to pattern testers, is because this is just such an intensive process. And I feel like I would be more productive and more willing to do things if I didn't have to do this every time. But at the same time, I don't want to pay for a program that's going to do it for me because I've priced those out and they're a little bit out of my budget. Maybe they'll be less so when I get my finances in order, but there was a noise and I thought it was the cat falling off of something. He is just as startled as I am. Oh, there's margins. We need to remove those because that makes a difference. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get over having this spread across multiple pages. Cool. 30 pages total. File, save as, actually print to Seems a lot more tricky than creating a pattern like a stuffed animal, something that could fit on a single page. Yeah, I mean, part of that is definitely that. Um, like, there's things that you have to be aware of, like standard printer settings. But it's also just because, like, I'm doing this manually, and that honestly is probably not the best thing for me to be doing, like, the best use of my time. But at the same time, this is the free option. Mhm. Got it. Okay, so I'll need to separate those when I actually send this to print for real, and I'll need to make sure that there's more space up there. But that'll all get sorted out in sizing, and I tend to spread things out a lot more for that anyway. So if I print this to PDF, this is gonna be called Summer Dress. We're saving. Okay. Um, Next up is just to print and then run the pattern test. So that is where I'm going to leave you guys today. We have been going for just over an hour. It has been fun to talk with a couple of you. And yeah, this is why patterns are mentally draining. I'm surprised I had the brain power after work today, but it's also fun. It's like rejuvenating in a way because this is one of my creative outlets. So, I plan on doing more of these patterning computer work type lives because this is a way to like hold myself accountable and like actually get stuff done. So this has been fun. I'm hoping to make this more of a regular thing. I'm trying to figure out like the best day time to like make it so I can have more interaction with you guys. Doing it earlier definitely seems to be a good balance because then I can catch like East and West Coast people. Well, maybe not West Coast because it'd be about 5. I can't do it at a good time for everyone. So, but this has been fun, and I will do this again next week. I don't know what day, but it'll probably be around the same time. So, when you get the notification, feel free to join. If you want to watch the replay, feel free to do that too. So, it is up to you guys how you consume this content, but I appreciate you being here regardless. So, all right. Bye, friends.